Cup Winners' Cup.
Liverpool 2, Celtic 1. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Look at the celebrations there. What a turnaround here this afternoon.
Welcome to Rangers Radio.
What a goal by Steenie, followed that up, and whoop, in it goes.
Why not give the show a call on 01413561972.
Rangers up in the scoring, up in Tawdry, 12 minutes of the match remaining. What a strike. A stunner from Kenny Miller, rifles it into the roof of the net.
Or send Fox a friend request on Skype at RangersRadio.online.
He's gone into the middle, McSwegan's in there too. When he comes from McSwegan, there's his header, and he scores! What a substitution! Running inside, is he gonna let flies in? He scores! Good ball! Scores for Rangers!
Nacho Lobo with one kick of the ball to take Rangers to Manchester. Rangers are coming! The Scots are heading for Manchester, and you know what? Manchester may not be big enough.
Remember, it's all about the Rangers.
Hello, good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panel. It's my mate Bridge and the one and only Fox. How we doing, gentlemen?
Evening, guys.
Well, can I just say a big good evening to the boys in the panel and a huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are you, Fox?
Tired and sore, mate, after that weekend.
Where did we start with that one?
Well, that's the truth.
Oh, well.
A wee bit down about the result, but never mind.
Apples grow again. How are you, Bridge? Don't mute. How are you, Bridge?
I'm okay now, pal. Thanks very much. Feeling good. A bit disappointed after Saturday. Thoroughly enjoyed it, I must admit. The tension was incredible. The guys running about as we're all just going radio rental. At 2-1 up, I thought that heavens opened up. I thought, my God, we're away. We're flying here. This mob are never going to get us again. Wow. 2 mistakes later, we've had it.
Aye. Well, obviously we'll go through the match, but well, everybody. The question I'm going to ask people, are we disappointed whether because we lost the game or the fact we never won it, Fox?
Disappointed we never won it, mate.
I'm the same. I'm in that camp. That's what I was gutted because we never went down to 10 men. And hindsight's a wonderful thing, but we never react. And maybe I don't want to blame Graham Murray because he can't be responsible for guys making the errors and missing chances. But we never changed our system the whole game, mate. Really, we broke Cummings on. We put 2 up front, and we never altered the game. And when we done that, the midfield just get further away from the forward line. You know, in my opinion, what I watched yesterday, and where I was sitting, Fox, I had a great view of that. The 2 went up front, and there was just a big gap. There was nothing that was easy to defend against. You know, and that was pretty disappointing, you know.
I mean, a big hullabaloo's been made of them going down to 10 men, mate. They just switched to 2 banks of 4 with 1 up front at first. When that happened, mate, it was just as hard for us to break them down, you know. But we had chances, you know.
You want my honest opinion?
Yep.
He was playing just to try and play it out and slow it down, and they were doing everything.
Wasting
their
time.
Their plan was to get a draw then, and obviously they broke away and got the goal just as after we missed the chance, and that gave them something to hold on to. You know, I don't know what you thought, Bridge.
Yeah, I think it was just something like that. I thought at 2-1, we were absolutely flying. I mean, the whole team was flying. Everybody was up for the game, played quite well. Some of our passing was smart and slick. But for goodness sake, you know, everybody in the Courtlands turning and saying, I mean, the last 10 minutes of the first half, they were pummeling us, you know. Come on, boys, get the ball and tramp up the park a wee while, you know. I think they had about 7 or 8 corners, and it's all this nonsense.
And by the way, we defended them well. That was something.
I'm saying that we did everything. I'm saying get the ball and just tramp out the park and go up there. We were doing everything defensively, but we weren't in their park. a rare part of the park. And my goodness gracious, they don't give away. Look, the guy scored a cracking goal. You know, it was a smashing goal he scored. But our midfield let him past them, and the centre half failed in the tackle. So you could maybe blame. I don't know. Blame's not the word I'm looking for in this case. But you could put it down to sort of a very weak midfield play. No physical presence. The guy sort of seemed to brush our midfielders aside and got it onto his good foot, and he absolutely smashed it right in the top corner. Now, we could ask the question, was the goalkeeper ready for it? You know, the usual kind of, could the goalkeeper have saved it? But really and truly, guys, he got that ball and he worked his way past our midfielders, and they were left in his wake, and he smashed that ball. Great goal for them, a bad goal for us from a midfield and defensive perspective, maybe even goalkeeping. But I'll leave that to other people that know more about goalkeeping than I do. I
was doing a wee bit of digging. Somebody told me Ibrox was a goal in his granny's side yesterday. It's a small world.
Oh, wow. Somebody else knows Papadopoulos.
Yes, it's a small world.
Goalie in his granny's side. That's shocking saying that.
That was the words. That wasn't me. That was the words. See what he's going to say about that. I'll give you a bit of sticking back. Done a great job yesterday, I believe, Fox.
I did. I listened to the match when I get home for it. Ibrox
show when I
get
the last
back
10
to the
minutes. Sorry, Foxy. I didn't mean to interrupt, pal.
If you don't shut up, you're not going tonight again, all right?
I'm just saying that...
Did you make it in time for the shout-outs this time?
I just about, aye. I got maybe the last 10 minutes or so. But it was good, and people were kind of feeling down, and I quite rightly too, you know.
It's the emotions are running high, mate. There was a lot of emotions yesterday.
Absolutely.
Obviously, we missed a couple of chances. We lost 3 goals. We're disappointed because we maybe never made enough of the good name going down to 10 men. We've lost a goal right on half time. There's a lot of reasons to be upset, Foxy.
Aye, we threw it away, mate, for me. I think we were trying to hold out to half time at 2-1, mate. I think that would have made a big difference if we would have held on to that scoreline going in at the break. But unfortunately, that lucky break that they got with Brown's clearance just happened to 40. Well, on the run for Dembele, shrugged aside the defender. I don't know what Fotheringham was doing away out there anyway, but lobbed at him, and that changed the whole game for me.
And there was a couple of big points in the game. I think when we went 2-1 up, I think Bridges said it, we were playing well. When Morelos had been worried, mate, I know he missed a couple of sitters, and I'm sure we'll go into that, and I'm sure people have their view on it. I still can't believe they missed the second one, but I still have to keep punching myself to see how that did end up in the net. But he was ragdolling them, he was working them, and they were scared of him. He was getting the ball, and we put balls across the box. And I think there was one, I think Morelos pinged it across, and there was nobody there to touch it in. And if we had somebody there to touch it in, we're 3-1 up, and the game could have been so different. And then Fox went with punts out. He's flying his backsides, hoofs the ball up the park. I think, and I've nothing to back this up, other people, I think we just get caught watching for a free kick. And that way we get caught just that split second, and Dembele was left through, and I don't know what Fotheringham was thinking about. And I'm with Fox, that changed the whole game. I think even the TV cameras missed it, I was told, Fox.
Well, I had my eyes on it as well. As I said, I think it was on Friday, I was going to watch Brown, mate. And I said that it's no his first tackle or he gets involved in a tackle. It's after it. And that carry on with Candias. He tried it again, mate. He rolled there and tried to bring his 2 studs down Candias' leg. But he missed them, but he tried it anyway, you know. And the result of that, he hoofed it up the park, and it just turned out to be the right ball at the time. Dembele done well, you know, after that. I'll give him his due.
I think, he did finish it really well. And if it had been our player, we'd have been saying, "Oh, a fantastic goal, blah, blah, blah." And it was a good goal. But you could look at, again, I'll ask a question. You could look at the goalkeeper. Was it a complete blunder by the goalkeeper? Should he have came? Should he have stayed? If he did stay, could Cardozo have caught him? And so on and so forth. Personally, I think between
if a goalie comes off his line bridge, he's going to get the ball. And he was nowhere near getting it, mate.
But he stopped. He stopped. He came off his line and stopped.
And then he's
in no man's land. No man's land. No, the big fella played him well. Actually, it looked as if he enticed him out, and it waited and got the ball in. And there's not much you can do about that. Our defence, if it had been the other way around, if it had been Alves was 4 or 5 yards in front of Cardozo when that ball was pumped up the park. And unfortunately for us, if it had been the other way around, if Alves would have been a defending man, he may have took Dembele out entirely and give away a free kick, And that's what was needed. If Cardozo, don't just pull him down, just grab him and pull him down. Give a free kick away.
Agree. You should have decked him before he got to the box, mate, for me.
But you've got to ask yourself about the keeper, guys. You need to ask yourself about the keeper there.
Anyway, so, can I just, before we start dissecting the game, and I'm sure we will, and we've still got a few people calling us, can I just put a shout out to the boys me and Fox bumped into on Saturday evening? I think it might have been our 15th or 16th establishment, Fox, was it?
I'd lost count after 10, pal.
And we bumped into boys for Corby True Blue. We met him and all his mates who were up for the game, and we had a few refreshments with boys, and that lasted to shutting time for me. But big shout out to the boys, and I hope apart from the result, I hope they enjoyed their day out. Right, so we'll look at the game. But if people want to join us, Bridge, what's the number?
The number's 0141356 1972.
Or they can join us where, Fox?
At RangersRadio.online, mate.
All right, okay, on Skype, where you can come in and talk about anything Rangers related. Obviously, tonight we'll be talking about yesterday's game. Well, we could have got after a better start, Fox, couldn't we?
No, goal in just under 3 minutes. We got the break of the ball when Boyata, I don't know what his name is, made a right arse. He was clearing the ball, Windass get through. And I thought he'd actually hit the ball too far in front of him, but he hadn't. He caught up with it and absolutely scalped it. And I thought that was the start of something good, mate. It was a terrifically taken chance. Maybe all he done in the game, but that was one thing it was,
If I'm being really honest, mate, when he put that ball in the net and he done his celebration, he might have been better walking up the tunnel. He was absolutely anonymous. With a start like that, you must have thought he was going to be 10 foot tall, Bridge, and wanting the ball, eh?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of folks saying that they were a bit upset that the Windass didn't go on and be a great player during that game. Every opportunity, Rangers were on the front foot and playing really well. 2-1 up, we were playing absolutely superbly well, I thought. And my goodness gracious, to lose a game after going twice in front of Celtic is just, you get to the unforgivable side of things, And you can understand why, of course, But we're our own worst enemy. That's what we were saying up in the Scotland. Everybody's saying it, we were our own worst enemy. Some of our play was just really poor. We were trying to distribute the ball. I think the manager said it himself, dead slow, just dead slow. And when you're playing a game that's high tempo like that, you need to be high tempo. Everything about your play needs to be high tempo. Your pass has got to be crisp and accurate. Otherwise, your ball just runs 10 yards past your player, and before you know it, the ball's coming right down your throat, And that's what happened.
Can I disagree with that, Budge?
We've been joined by our first caller evening. Big Ulster, how we doing, big man?
Hello, how are you guys?
All right, you, mate? Jinxie.
Oh, I know.
That's cruel, Fox.
I know, it's cruel, mate. But I feel bad enough without Fox doing that to me. Disappointed, guys, I'm sure, like everybody,
I take it that boat was quite rocky yesterday because you're a bit unsteady in your feet when I seen you.
It was rocky on the way over. It wasn't just it was rocky on the way home. Everybody was a bit downbeat, But,
there was a bit. It was after the Lord's Made show, mate. It was a bit flat after the game, What were you more disappointed with, Ulster? The fact that we lost, or the fact that we didn't win?
Oh, the fact that we didn't win, mate. I think
I'm in that camp.
Going ahead twice, and then obviously Celtic going down to 10 men, that's 3 different points in the game where you're really thinking this is our day. You know, obviously it wasn't to be, but I'm disappointed like everybody, and I know I'm not going too deep in it because I know we'll dissect it here as the show goes, but I just think, trying to take the positives before we go to too many. We matched them in parts. As I say, even towards the end of the game, we could have got something out of it. And I think, before we hit the destruct button, I know some fans have been saying some things online, and that happens after games. It's the same as ourselves on the way home. You say things, but I think after having a day of looking at it and thinking about it, at least we can see the positives in the team, and we are getting there slowly but surely, and we've got a few more transfer windows to go.
I don't think they deserve to win, mate, but they did. They were putting the bottom apart and just trying to hit us in the counter. In the second half, we'd all the possession. We didn't make enough opportunities, but I'm sure we'll get into that. We've also been joined by Ibrox Loyal. How are we doing, Ibrox?
All right, lads, how you doing?
How are you, mate? Well done for you yesterday.
Cheers, mate. I'm still gutted, mate. Still no back on the solids yet. But Ulster and that just says there, I would have been raging even if we drew that game yesterday. We had every opportunity to win it and win it well, and again I think we kind of shot ourselves a wee bit in the foot.
I think the Morelos missed at the end, mate. If it would have been 2 weeks and he'd have missed that, I think you might have get roped into that Copeland Road if I'd have been for a winner. But there you go. We've also been joined by Rudy Bear. How are we doing, Rudy?
Evening, gents. How are we?
All right, Rudy. And I believe Travel Rog's there, or has he just popped out again? We should have been back. He must be home. His internet must be played up.
Yeah, just quickly on that, by the way, I'd like to just give a quick personal thanks to both Travel and the Mount Vernon for sorting me and my cousin out tickets. Thank you very much for that, guys, and waiting for me till we got there. So I appreciate that, and it won't be forgotten.
It's good to see you and your cousin, pal. Good to see you.
Aye, and young Mount.
It was good to see all you boys, so it was.
He's young. You should have seen Fox on Saturday night. What a mover. What a mover. Anyway, where were we? We got off to some start, really, didn't we?
Did. I mean, you just couldn't have asked for a better start, could you? 3 minutes into the game and you're 1-0 up. And I have to say, Josh Windass took his opportunity superbly well. And right away I thought to myself, this boy looks like he's up for it. And then I never seen him again.
Somebody said to me last night that when he scored that goal, he should just have walked down the tunnel.
That's probably a bit right, Oxide, because he was nowhere to be found after that, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't know how many times we see this with this boy. He looks like he's up for it. You get a good wee spell off him, and then, well, it wasn't even a good spell off him at the weekend yesterday. It was all 3 or 4 minutes, really, and that was it. I'm absolutely gutted because I can't believe we went ahead twice in the game and ended up being beat by 10 men.
Sort of 3 times as well, mate, in a way, because when they get down to 10 men and it's 2 each, we're favourites, aren't we?
When they go down to 10 men, you're thinking, right, we need to up our game here. Let's start. Let's not forget, their defence is woeful. So their defence is absolutely at times, especially in that first half. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot you can say about ours today, but they had a rookie goalkeeper in that hadn't played football since October. A rookie goalie that hadn't played since October, and we couldn't put the ball past them enough to beat them. No, even one goal more than they scored.
When it went one each, when they got the third goal, what disappointed me was the positions we get in, particularly Tav and Candias, who done all right up to a certain degree, but the delivery yesterday in that second half. They were doing some nice stuff, but at the end of the day, it's the final product. The
final ball matters all the time, all the time it matters.
Tav got in the box where he was about 8 yards out, and I'm shouting, put your foot through it.
Aye.
And I don't know what I'm trying to do.
Amounted. I sat and watched it again the day just for the sake of it, just to put myself through it again. What it amounted to was, and that's my conclusion that I came to the day after watching it again, was we just weren't good enough, Ox. It's as simple as that. We just weren't. On all the space of the 90 minutes, all the period of the 90 minutes that game was played, we weren't good enough. They were the ones with all the experience. We had players in there that didn't have experience in an Old Firm game, and that showed for me, especially in that second half. When they went down to 10 men, they set themselves up at 2 banks of 4, and we couldn't get through them properly in the second half. We lacked pace. We lacked pace in the second half. We didn't play the same kind of football we'd played in spells in the first half. We didn't do that in the second half.
I think that's because they didn't come out. If that makes
any
sense.
That's it. But that's it. That's true, and that's where their experience came in. You know what I mean? And I heard somebody say at the start of the show there that they were playing for a draw. That's exactly what they were doing with all the time wasting. They were going for a draw. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. The 3 goals that they scored were taken really well, but our defence have got to take a long, hard look at themselves today. Really have got to take a long, hard look at themselves today. We just weren't good enough. That's all. And I'm past being angry about it.
So let's look. Well, we started well, as we said. We'll go to Bridge first. So we started well. We're 1-0 up, and then we never continued. We sort of fell out the game a wee bit, and you got the sense, but I suppose you always get the sense when you're watching that game that they looked as if they were the more likely to score, and they did score. A kick out played up the park. I think Jamie Murphy could have done a wee bit better. He'd have done, fell to Rogic, cut inside with enough time to stop him run, and then I'm going to say if you're about 20 yards out, he curls it round our goalkeeper into the corner. Great hit for them, bad goal for us. Ridgeman.
Yeah, I think it was purely from a Rangers side of it. Very poor strength in the middle of the park. That Rogic just seemed to brush our midfield aside, and then Mr. Bates managed to get a tackle in, but a bit late with the tackle. And unfortunately for him, the guy as he smashed the ball into the net, and then he's landed on top of Bates and injured them. But really and truly, it just shows you, a desperation tackle, and even that failed us that time. And if it was Rangers that had put that ball in the net, it would be unstoppable. It would be a worldie type of thing, So I say to, as Rudy says, all 3 of their goals, in fact, all 5 goals were smashing goals, really good goals, top quality, and grace any TV show for any football match. It was really good stuff. Unfortunately for us, our defensive weaknesses, the first goal, you could see it. Roger gets the ball, and away it goes.
Let's take the first goal, Fox. So, you're similar to me yesterday. You've got a right good view of that whole move.
I think it was was it no Forrest that fed the ball into Rogic?
I think it was, aye.
Goss was in the wrong side of him, mate, and put in a rather weak attempt to stop him. He ran on with the ball. Bates came to close him down. I think the ball actually gets a wee nick off of Bates. I'm not 100% sure on that, but you can't blame the goalkeeper for that goal, mate. There isn't a keeper in the world that would have saved that. It was hit well outside West Forum and bent in, mate. It was a terrific shot and a good goal. We can't really complain about that. The only thing was Goss, as I say, rang side to make a challenge, and he just got brushed aside, mate.
Where was our 2 centre halves there, Ibrox? Big Bates came out. Where was Alves?
Alves was away to the other side. He was dreadfully out of position. As I said during the show yesterday as well, that the only thing Alves did well throughout the whole entire 90 minutes was he won about 90% of his balls in the air, which we all know that he's strong at. But when it comes to whether it's pace or whether it's the ball at his feet, I'm sorry, but he's dreadful for somebody who has experience. But again, just as Fox says there, 100%, mate, that took a slight nick, unfortunately, half Bates, which deceived the goalkeeper, which again, as I say, no goalkeeper would have been able to do anything about that, whether it's Buffon or anybody. Nobody was getting to that.
All right, so then that's 1 each. We were under the cosh for a couple of minutes, Bridge. And then slowly we came into the game, eh?
Yeah, I thought we were playing very well. I thought we matched them. In fact, we ran them down. I thought that the wee star man that they've got at left back had a shocking 20-minute spell there. He couldn't do nothing right. Candias and Taverner were having them for dinner, and they were actually playing fantastic football down there. And some of it was a bit trickery and things like that, but it was really good stuff. For me, anyway, and a whole load of the guys in the Cortland Road, we were roaring them on, and we were getting balls into the heart of their goal, you know.
And Morelos was causing them all sorts of problems.
Oh, he's batting lumps at them.
I'll cut across you, Bridge. We've been joined by a caller. I think it might be Denver. How we doing, mate?
Hi, doing all right, bro. Just a wee comment on the two centre halves we had yesterday. That big Alves, Basil Bali for Portugal. That's the equivalent, and that big kid possible. That's Rob Kiernan for Portugal as well. They're a pair of donkeys, man. Not near any of the goals. You watch that big Alves, he's a million miles away from any tackle. Stunning like an old woman with his horns beat. Unbelievable, man. I hope that prick never plays it.
No, Rudy. No, Denver. Rudy, sorry, Rudy.
Oh, no, I've not started yet, mate.
I know. I'm just apologising before you started. I take it you've calmed down, Denver.
No, I don't feel strongly about it, boys, right enough, you know.
You can tell, Denver. You can tell.
I think Ibrox has just said, I thought in the area, as has been pointed out a few people, Alves came and won every header, but as soon as the ball was on the deck, as soon as people run away from him, he just posted missing. You know, and that's only going to get worse because he's going to get older. When your legs go for running, they go.
You know, if you look back at any of the goals that we've lost when he's in the team, he's always posted missing. Always. He's always a yard behind, as you say, with their legs going up. You know, unbelievable, man. I fear for the rest of the season if that's what we've got to put up with.
Can I come in there?
I mean, the rest of the guys play well. On you go, Bridge. Sorry.
No, sorry, pal. I thought you'd finished. I do apologise.
No, on you go, Bridge.
I was just going to say that, in my opinion anyway, I thought that our fullbacks played really well. I thought that Nanek had absolutely hardly the kick at the ball against Declan John. I thought Declan John was an excellent game against him.
He might have been our best player in the pitch.
Indeed, I can't disagree with that. Can't disagree with that. I think that some of the play after they scored their first goal, we sort of went to sleep a wee bit, and then we woke up and we attacked them and eventually got our goal. And before that, with a 10-minute spell before that, we were really good, wonderful. If our midfield don't get the ball, we are in a lot of trouble, and that's what's happening to us. When the midfield get the ball, if they make a bad pass, unfortunately for us, it's the same old story. The ball goes straight. If it goes straight to a Celtic, or an opposition player of any kind, that matter, we end up in trouble because our midfield get themselves into, shall we say, out of position. So you're looking for you're looking for someone like the big lad McCrory who's injured, and he would be the anchor, the anchor man. And you can watch the way some of them play. Look, it's all full of verve, and they're all really up for it. All the players were really up for it. I think some of the players didn't do themselves justice, and others didn't.
There was a key man on the park, but let's go through the goals and let's talk about the key incident. There was a key man in the park yesterday, and it wasn't his fault we lost the game, because you don't lose the game. One man doesn't lose the game, but Windass had a role today to make that a free when he didn't have the ball. And I just didn't see it. I didn't see enough effort, desire for him. Quite frustrating. I think Morelos must have done. I know Morelos would only have a nightmare at the end of the game, but I think he must have done 5 times as much running as Windass done. But that's only the way I see it. Any other people might see it different. Ulster?
Yeah, well, I think we spoke about that, didn't we, on Friday night, that a few people maybe put their concerns across if Windass can go missing at times. And then, obviously, he gets in about the defender, Boyata, I think it was, and makes a mistake. And obviously, Windass scores. And then from then, you're thinking, this guy's on it today. This is going to be This is it, like, everything we had hoped we thought would come true. Unfortunately, then when that's for the next 87 minutes, didn't do much. Done very, very little. I'd have probably hooked him, to be honest, a lot sooner than what we did, which was a wee bit disappointing, because you think once you get the goal so early in such a big derby game, you think he would have went on to flourish, and unfortunately that wasn't the case. But as you say, you can't just blame one person, but I think Morel has done a lot of hard work up there, and some of it he had to do on his own, unfortunately, when Dust wasn't there to help him at times.
The young boy, Goss, he's not the first one. Docherty was doing some amount of work, but sometimes we a little, whether he was trying too hard chasing the ball or just getting caught up with the 3 against the 2, I don't know, but I've not watched it back.
I'll be honest with you, Ox, I thought the game completely bypassed Docherty.
He wasn't involved, mate. That's what happens But that's what happens when you've got a 3 against 2 in there sometimes. Mate, you can be made to look like that. But it's all in hindsight, mate. We're all been wise after the event.
I know.
So, let's go back. I think we've been driving with Travel Rug. How are we doing, Travel Rug?
I am all right.
How are you feeling, first and foremost?
I'm feeling all right, aye.
Aye, didn't look all right yesterday. Look better than me.
So you what you just said there, it's all looking with hindsight. Ox, when are we going to learn? We're just getting dominated in midfield yet again. Scott Brown is able to stand there.
We'll come to that. I mean, that's the manager. The manager will come to that because it's the manager that sets the team up in the shape of the team.
We've had 3 managers that's no learnt for it. And you're just talking about the boy Windass there. Again, he goes and scores that goal. But he done nothing else. He done nothing else to help his teammates for the rest of the game, as far as I'm concerned. He's terrified to tackle. He'll no track back with players. All you're asking is somebody to stone on Scott Brown. Cranchar managed it. Cranchar's as mobile as what I am. And he managed it.
Oh, I think you've been unfair to Cranchar
there. Hey, and that's me. What is it? I get pneumonia. I'd still be able to move more than what Windass did in that second half. I'm sick, fed up, and I've get about it enough to you. I think I was even messaging you during the game. I'm fed up watching our midfield being dominated in these games. When are we going to learn? Do you know what? Let's just abandon this trying to go and impose our game. Play the game. Our manager got totally dominated by the other manager yesterday as well. That was... See this carry on with Graham Murray going out and cuddling people at the start of the game. Can you imagine Walter Smith doing that? Going out and cuddling the Celtic manager before the game. Give me a break.
I'm sure we'll come to that, mate. I'm sure we'll come to the manager. I mean, there'll be...
As far as I'm concerned, yesterday I thought your Declan John and Jamie Murphy caused them all sorts of bother, but we didn't put them on the ball enough. We were trying too much on the right hand side. We needed to be putting Murphy on the ball a lot more. I think he had between I think Declan John and Murphy for me were for man of the match, but our midfield was nowhere. Josh Windass was nothing, and I can't be too critical of the defenders. Alves has came back for a long-term injury. Cardozo hasn't been in the team. He gets thrown in a wee bit at the deep end. I've kind of convinced myself he's not going to do it anyway. After having watched the highlights again, I think he's lacking very, very. The second goal he was culpable, and the third goal he got totally skinned, didn't he? Tavernier, I think Tavernier needs to put his hand up for the third goal as well. He got caught out of position badly, and didn't track back fast enough for me.
That was the one. That's the one. The third goal came for. Let's try and keep a wee bit of order so we can go back.
Hey guys, I need to go.
Right, Denver, mate. Always a pleasure, mate. We speak to you soon.
And remember, Travel Rug, watch Alves and Cardoso again. Pair of donkeys, man. Right, I'm done. See you later, guys.
See you, Denver.
Don't think Denver will be putting Alves up for player of the year, will he?
He's got to come off that fence, isn't he?
He's not made his mind up about him yet, has he? So we get they equalised the wee spell on tap, and then I thought Declan John and Murphy had a great spell. They were going by their place at will and making attacks for us, and then Declan John puts a ball into the box, and everybody misses it. Throws to Candias, bang, 2-1 up. Oh, happy days. Foxy boy. Fox?
I'll come in there. See if that
There
would
you
be
go, mate.
Morelos, he'd have missed that chance.
Well, maybe if he'd have got that one of the goals, he might have scored other goals. I think his boys, he'd spent a wee doing, because he's actually performance and work rate and the way he was ragged on him. In the first half, he was arguably one of our better players on the park.
Fight to score goals, mate.
Well,
to be a striker.
I'm sure we'll come to that as well. So, he gets the second goal. Rudy, so you're thinking, right, that's it. Candice has got the goal. Good finish. And we played okay, and then they came into it again,
We went 2-1 up, and you're thinking, right, that's us. We went ahead again for the second time. We've got to go on for this, and we've got to keep pushing on. We've got to keep closing them down. And we didn't. We stood after them. I can't believe we stood after them, you know. Regardless of what you think about Celtic and their players and all the rest of it, they're half-decent players. If you give them the space, they'll play in it. And that's what we've done. We stood after them. It was like we scored the second goal, step back, let's take a wee bit of a breather here. We shouldn't have done. We should have kept going at them, and we didn't. And that's where we messed up. Stunning after them. We've done it again. We've done it before. And travel rug for me, he's hit the nail on the head. He allowed Scott Brown to walk about like he owned the place, man. You know what I mean? And we've done it again.
Yeah, we definitely... Sorry, I thought you'd finished.
On you go for it. No, on you go for it.
I was just going to agree with you 100%. We need somebody, I have been saying it, we need somebody really dominant at centre half, really dominant at centre half, strong, fight with everybody, fight in, and same in the midfield. We desperately need the anchor man. I don't know whether Ross McCrory's going to be that, but he had been playing really well. So you kind of miss that guy that will go in and do the
But we just need numbers, mate. We just need numbers. We need people there. When you've got two boys, when you've only got two boys playing against three theirs, then they're never going to win. They're just going to get dominated all game long. We need more numbers. And that's why you're asking Windass to off the ball, try and do a wee bit more, and he wasn't doing it, mate.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, I think most folk have said that.
He lets us do it in the big games, and it's...
I have to say, I'm not going to go... Can I just finish off? I'm not going to criticise all of our players. I can only say, really and truly, there was two things happened at the tail end of that game, and it both happened with Morelos. He had an absolute nightmare.
We're trying to get
chances and missed the goals.
I can't agree with that.
Listen, wait a minute. We're trying to get through the game, and what we're fighting through the game. We're not even at half time. Yeah? All right.
Can I thought, see before half time, I thought we defended great against them. They put us under a lot of pressure, and I thought we'd done well. I thought we competed well in the set pieces, and we held our own. And see, for us to get caught out with the way we did with that goal, that was really, really disappointing, because I thought we'd ridden the storm out.
Right, let's go back. We're talking about Candice's goal and a good run by Declan John. Ibrox loyal.
It was a good ball by Declan John into the box. It managed to eventually work its way out to Candias. It was a great finish. There's no doubt about it. Whether they took that sort of deflection off one of their defenders, well, I'm sorry, but so did their equaliser. So it was a bit of just desserts. They seemed to get all the luck. We deserved a wee bit of luck, but it was still class for Candias, and he did play really well even before his goal. So I think he's got to be given compliments on that. I know this. Well, I'm not going to second top because you might just go with this bit first. So.
Mm-hmm. So we get the goal, we're 2-1 up, Rudy, and we're sitting. And obviously they came forward and they got corners, and a lot of them came for corners, but we did defend well for the corner kicks, and it was something that did worry me, and we did. With the piece, we did, even in the second half.
Well, they've got a bit of a name for, haven't they, for their set pieces, you know, and so I kind of dreaded that a wee bit. But like yourself, I thought we defended the corner kicks really well, you know, and I kind of thought to myself, as each corner kick came and went, I thought they're not scoring here, you know. The defence were dealing with everything well, seemed to be on the ball, you know. And for me, it was they played in the defence. To me, played in fits and starts. I think losing Bates was a huge blow to us. To be honest with you,
We hadn't mentioned that with the first goal. Big Bates getting carried off. I hope he's all right.
Looks a bad, you know.
I've been busy today. What's the latest updates? Anybody?
Apparently it's no broken, but they think it might be ligament damage.
That could be worse than a break sometimes.
I think the record reporting that it's a broken bone in his foot and he could be out for three weeks.
Oh, right, okay. I read something.
But I think the official word for the club is there's a lot of swelling, so they're waiting to see. So, but see, I know you just and I said the same myself. We defended well against the corners. That's despite our goalkeeper who flapped at nearly every crossbar that came in. I'm sure we can come back to him later, but he didn't help us out any, the goalkeeper.
Well, I'm sure we'll discuss him as we go on with the goals. So,
can I comment on our goal, our second goal?
Yes, Bridge, on you go, mate.
I thought Declan John had an absolutely superb run. He must have ran 35 yards to get that ball. Absolutely superb, brilliant stuff, and smashed the ball across. And well, as Ibrox Loyal was saying, the ball managed to wind its way through their defence across the goal.
I can't believe the greatest fullback in the world missed it. Can you?
Do you know what I mean? And you know, I don't know. There was I'm not saying it was packed, but there was a number of Celtic players there and Rangers players. Excuse me. So it managed to get through there, and the boy took the ball well, didn't he? A wee slight nick off a Celtic player, and then it went. Absolutely fantastic. Every single goal was great. And then we were on the ceiling up in the back of the Cortland there. It just on the ceiling. Everybody was doing the bouncing. We were doing everything. It was just incredible. What a feeling it was. And I thought, once we calmed down and we sat down, we thought, absolutely no way should we give anything away to these people now. Let's go out there and just batter them. If they come near us, batter them. And what do we do?
Right, okay.
50 seconds before half time.
You were only commenting on the second goal.
Can I just a wee quick one? I thought DJ had an excellent game, especially in the first half. I thought he was one of the shining lights for us. I thought that cross he put in for the goal was excellent. It was a great bit of work for the wee fella, so it was. But I thought Candace took it really, really well.
Good goal.
He took it really well, boy.
Go to Fox and then Ulster with us. Declan John's defending, particularly in the first half when they were coming down that side. He stood up to everything that was asked of him, Fox.
Wasn't very good in the air, mate, but he was quick into the tackle. I thought he done well in the first half. As you say, as an attacking force as well, he was very good, mate.
Mm-hmm.
But just one of the things. I keep thinking back in the game, and there was a point, as you mentioned earlier, when we get the ball slammed across the box, mate, and could have made it 3-1. Mm-hmm. We failed again to take that chance. And then as we tried to hold out to see the half-time whistle, mate, we lost the second. So
We'll come to that. Ulster, Declan John for you?
I thought Declan John played well. So they're both attacking and defensively. That's what's given me the positives as well. You know, we know there's positions in our team where people aren't good enough. We know that's the case. We know the centre backs at times aren't great. We know there's certain people in midfield that don't do their job and don't do what they do, you know, for the 90 minutes. Sometimes people go missing. But there's positives in all positions of the team. And as I say, I've got confidence that we will sort it out and get the right people in as the transfer window goes. But for Declan John, I thought, he done pretty well. I don't think we give him much stick, to be honest. I thought he played his defensive game and forward role pretty decent, and he's probably very unfortunate to be on the losing side, to be honest.
Fair comment. So then we come, Fox is right, there's that big moment in the game when we could have went 3-1 in. It wasn't a sitter, but the ball get thrashed across the box and we'd no takers there. Heading towards half-time, you're thinking, you go in here 2-1. And especially because I'd done that stupid bet, Ulster 3-1 and Windows to score any time during 50-1. I'm thinking we get one more goal here, I'm quizzing. Right, so the ball gets messed about, gets to Candace, who's on the left side of the park, chasing Brown. I think it was a foul. And I'm going to say, I've not seen it again because I've not watched it again. I can't bring myself to. But did we stop in anybody's opinion because he thought there was a foul and then get called and then Wes gets caught in no man's land? Ibrox loyal.
As I says, mate, I've only watched it once myself, but I thought everybody stopped as well because it looked like the referee was about to run back. Obviously, I think, was it Fox that says earlier in the show?
The whistle. You played the whistle.
I know, I understand that, mate, but I think Fox says earlier on the show as well that Brown tried to be up to his no good dirty tricks again and try to bring his two studs, or whatever many studs he's got in his boot, down Kindias's leg. Obviously, he never done it, but the ball was just a hopeless ball forward for that point. And as you says, with everybody stopping, which they should do because you play to the whistle, as you just says, that's how a lot of our players did get caught out, I believe. But
in your opinion, obviously the defending wasn't great. What was the goalkeeper doing?
Well, again, mate, he comes out a bit, then he stops on that heel, and then he tries to move it a lot further, and he's getting caught out. That's what it is. That bit of hesitation, that half a heel, is the hesitation that I've been speaking about for many, many months now, mate. I know I seem to be giving them a hell of a lot of stick, but it's that half a heel, and it's the exact same when it comes to like corner kicks and that as well, as Travel was saying earlier. You can't just, if you're going to do it, you come fully out. You can't just stop and then hope that you're going to get there. It's absolutely useless.
Caught in no man's land for me, Travel Rug.
Yeah, definitely. He's for me, he should be letting the centre deal with that and stay in his line or do a bit more. I think we've got to ask ourselves is Alan McGregor or Andy Gorham or Kloss in goals. They would have saved 2 out of the 3 of their goals as far as I'm concerned. At least 2 out of the 3. I don't see our goalkeepers in the past getting caught out the way Wes is, and he's getting caught too often. I'm doubting him. It's no. We need better than what we've got, I'm afraid.
I agree.
He's no command in his box. We're getting caught too often with cross balls into the box. He's flapping at crosses. He's putting defence under pressure. I don't think Alnwick's the answer. We need to either start again with the goalkeeping side. He's no Rangers top class, I'm afraid. No,
after the game at Parkhead, people had him getting an England call up, mate.
One swallow doesn't make a summer, mate.
All right, okay. So you're going on about your honeymoon again then. So, Fox, was he caught in no man's land for you?
I didn't see why he came off his line at all, mate. Even when you look at it, did he think that the centre half would deal with it and maybe the ball would break and that, maybe it's something like that in his mind. But Dembele was too strong, mate, and he finished it well, mate. He took his chance and just lobbed it over the top of him. But
Fox, do you think Wes coming off there made Dembele's job easier?
Oh, I do, mate. I think it was a bad mistake by the keeper. He's the last line of defence. He should have looked and give the defender a chance anyway to get the tackle in. If Dembele had got away from him, mate, yes, there's all likely he would have scored anyways. But when the opportunity arose, he just lobbed it at the top. It was a good finish, mate. You can't complain about the finish. The guy took his chance well, you know.
That's what striker does.
That was all. Be honest, that was all he done in the game.
He was red rotten, mate.
He was rotten, mate.
Who, Dembele? Dembele set up the third goal. There's a pass for Dembele that put the Eduardo one away. He set up the third goal.
A 10-yard pass, that was all he done the whole game.
He done nothing, mate, in the game. He was well handled all through the game.
Done more than our striker did anyway.
Oh, not at all.
You've got to be fair to Morelos. Up until half-time, mate, Morelos was arguably our best player. He'd be up there with Beckham, John and Murphy.
I'm not getting on that. I'm not getting on that bandwagon. I'm sorry, guys.
Up until half-time. So you telling me you didn't think Morelos played well in the first half?
What did he do? He fired the ball across the...
He was playing up there against... He was playing up there against 3 players. He was pulling them. He was getting by them. He was bringing people into the play.
No, but hold on a minute. So where's Windass in this then? Where's Candias and we're supposed to have 4 forwards, no one. I'm sorry. He's their striker.
Everybody keeps going on about Windass, mate. Before the game started, did you think Windass would be flying into tackles?
But I'm asking him
But he's not that type of player, mate. We knew that before the games. In fact...
we shouldn't be playing then. In that game, he couldn't be playing.
Mate, in an Old Firm game, scoring a goal is a big thing, mate. He did produce the first goal. He didn't seem to do a lot after that, but he had a big hand in the final attempt where Morelos hit the post. It was his run into the box and shot across the keeper that looked like going to be a goal. The keeper knocked it away and Morelos hit the post with it, mate. That could easily have went in, and if he'd have scored 2 goals in that game, you wouldn't have been moaning about him, you know?
We're still beat. At the end of the day, we still get beat, guys. And I'm fed up watching us getting beat. I'm fed up watching us getting dominated. I can't be dealing with that in our own home turf. We need to start winning games and start winning battles, and we don't do it.
But it's not just. I think that's the 7th game. Drop points are lost this season. 2 to Hibs, 2 to Celtic. St Johnstone, Hamilton. Anybody else?
Jamal.
I know Morelos. We're all talking about Morelos here. Let's not forget the last Old Firm game.
We're talking
100% chances, as Mr. Advocate used to call them.
He's missed 2 sitters. Well, I'm sure we'll come to that, and Morelos will get a bit of stick when we start talking about the second half, but we're only at half time.
Can I come in on that on Morelos stuff in the first half? I thought Morelos was absolutely outstanding. He took them to task. He never gave them 1 second. When that ball was up there, Morelos was part of the troops. He won balls as you'd expect him to do, and he gave their defence an absolutely torrid time. Very physical. I mean, really physical, and skills as well. When he gets the ball down near between the corner of the 18-yard line and the goal, the byline, my goodness, he can nutmeg them, and he pushes it past them and runs. Oh my God!
And then he fires the ball across the box, and there's nobody there.
Well, that happens, you know. But all I'm saying is, he's very skillful, and he wins the ball. The mere fact that he's the only one there, and he's the one that's in there fighting for it. Hats off to him for that. But we're going to the second half. So.
Rudy Bear, Morelos in the first half.
I thought he played well. I can't say he didn't, but he certainly played well in the first half. He didn't carry that on into the second half, though, for me. Right, okay. First half he played well. I'll give you that. You know, I've got to admit as much that. No, I thought he did. As Bridge said, Derek, he pulled their defence about other place in the first half, so he did, and they were struggling to deal with the wee man, you know. And nobody's denying that he doesn't put in a huge amount of effort and a huge amount of work, because he does.
It will be judged on the second half. Anyway, we'll be joined by Blue Shadow.
Hello, mate. How are we doing?
How are we doing, mate? Thanks for yesterday. Brilliant.
Oh, that was Ibrox loyal. Ibrox did. I had all the boys for
him. No, you as well, mate. You deserve all that credit as well.
Don't be so coy, Shadow. Get in there.
Just to let you know, Ibrox, you don't get double time for a Sunday.
Well done.
And the 3 boys phoning in for Australia yesterday as well. That was amazing as well.
Brilliant. For me, we've talked about the end of the first half was the catalyst in changing the match for us. That goal we lost right on basically the stroke of half time. Blue Shadow.
I mean that was just as I said, I pulled Bridge up about it on Sunday. You know, I'm sure the press have described it as a world-class pass and how that he'll be missed by Scotland and now that he's retired from international football, all the rest of the pitch, rather than describing it like it was a big howk up the pitch and we blew it.
Big howk up the park. That's what it was.
You know, I say the defending on all 3 goals is just absolutely appalling for me, and I don't think there's, you know, you could pick out different points, but they were all equally as bad as each other.
Shadow, can I just say something on that, if you don't mind? Listening to the news what they're saying on the news is that the 3 goals that Celtic scored were wonder goals. Yeah, absolute wonder goals. No mention of any mistakes by Rangers, nothing at all. No defensive blunders, no bad goalkeeping, nothing. Absolutely wonder goals, right? But the Rangers goals were defensive blunders by Celtic. So they weren't good goals, they were just poor defensive.
On you go, trouble.
Just what you were saying there, that when they scored that second goal and then the half-time whistle got blown, it was obvious for me at the Grun. Our players were walking off the park with their heads down. They ran up the tunnel. Their support was absolutely bouncing at that point.
It changed the whole atmosphere in the stadium.
Completely. It changed the shape of the game. It was a horrible time to lose a goal, and considering we defended so well up until then, keeping them out, it had a massive effect. It gave them such a lift, and their supporters got a big lift for it as well. It's horrible to be part of that, you know.
Well, Shadow, what was your view on the second goal that we lost?
As I said, it's just a howk up the pitch that the defender should have picked. That ball should never even have bounced. It should have been headed straight out.
I agree.
One of our centre defenders. And if Bruno Alves, it's his side of the pitch. And he's supposed to be the boy that's all wondrous in the air and all the rest of it. And if he can't get to it, what the hell's he doing? What use is he getting down the road for me? I've had enough of him now.
There you go, Bridgman.
I don't think we've got many options, but.
Oh, I mean, we're stuck.
I think that last statement's absolutely true. At the present moment, unfortunately, we do not have the options there. I don't think.
We're stuck with Portuguese. By
the way, this is a while. You're absolutely right, Shadow. And this is the 2 chaps that we didn't think. I mean, I thought they were going to come over and be absolute dynamite for us. They were the people that was going to salvage us from a central defensive pairing perspective. And I said it last week, and I'll say it again. Alves wins. I'll repeat what young Loyal was saying. Alves wins with 80, 90, maybe more percentage headers. He gets some of his tackles are quite good. Others he's woefully late on them, and he lashes out sometimes. And others he tries his tackle, and he just can't even get the guy. The guys run by him at pace, so he's not getting any pace. But we know that, we expect that because of his age.
But as far as a centre back goes, I think he's dreadful at times.
He's
honestly,
very, very poor.
Bridge, I really do.
It's
like you say, see with a head, all right, 80-90% of the time, he's pretty good at that. But for me, that's his only redeeming feature. I can't see anything else.
It doesn't even look like a centre half.
You don't like the ponytail, Rudy?
What's that?
You know, like the ponytail.
But you know, Rudy, when you think about it, he's not a commanding person from a Scottish football perspective.
But we thought he was.
That's what I think we need.
Didn't we?
I'm sorry, guys. You could put Baresi and Maldini in that team yesterday. The way your midfield was playing in front of them, they would have been put under pressure as well.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Aye, but we're on about just for the set.
For the second goal, there was nothing to do with the midfield travel up.
No, but he's a dissecting Alves' game there. And as I say, our midfield never. There was no defensive quality to our midfield at all yesterday, I'm afraid.
I can't disagree with that. I thought that the ball that came through, Brown was under pressure and he managed to punt the ball up. He said it was a great ball. Mr. Alves was over to the left. What do you call him? The big Dembele was on. He was on Cardozo and Cardozo's man. That was it. And I think, in all honesty, if it had been the other way around, they wouldn't have got anyone near the box. I think Big Alves would have pulled them down at the worst. They'd have pulled them down. Gave a free kick away.
For me, I'd recall Aidan Wilson before I'd see either of that pair again.
Nah, Who was that, Shadow?
Yeah. Well said, boy, Shadow.
Who was it? You'd have whom?
Aidan Wilson.
Young Aidan Wilson. I've been looking for the likes of that boy to come in and see what he's like.
Why that boy was sent out on loan, I do not know. That was a huge mistake.
I'd have Danny Wilson before.
Aye, but he decided he wants to waltz off.
I thought you didn't want us to dissect Bruno Alves' game travel.
All I'm saying is,
right.
You did dissect, but all I'm saying is
about Wilson. Whoa. We're going to go to a tune now, so get yourself in mute. And then we'll start talking about the second half. Well, thanks for that.
Well done, Fox.
Yeah, you enjoyed that, Bridge?
I did, pal. I did. It just brought the blood back up there, pal.
Yeah. All right, so we'll move on to the second half, Big Ulster, yes?
Yep.
I thought it was pretty eachy-peachy. Again, we struggled sometimes in the middle of the park, but we managed to get the ball to Declan John, stroke Murphy, or Tavernier, stroke Candace. We caused them problems. And then we descended off. I can't remember exactly when that was, actually. It was quite early, wasn't it?
57 minutes, mate.
58 or something.
Right, I was going to say 60. When they get the sending off, I thought, I don't know what you thought, I thought, oh, that's it. We can go and win this game. Ulster.
Yeah. I think you've seen the difference between a manager with experience and another manager maybe with not just as much experience, because you've seen straight away once they went down to 10 men, Rodgers straight over to Scott Brown. He's calling them straight over. He's making his changes and he's telling them what he wants them to do. Whether we didn't really act on that, and I think if we had have capitalised a wee bit quicker, I'd have threw Cummings on straight away. I'd have hooked Windass. To be honest, probably people had different views, but I'd have hooked Windass straight away and put Cummings on, just went for the two up front and just went for them that stage, because their heads would have been down. If we had started attacking them, it would have been only a matter of when we got our goal, to be honest. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. They got another goal. It wasn't the greatest of goals, to be honest. It was a good finish, but our defenders should have had him, to be honest. Shouldn't have gotten the position to finish that. But at the end of the game, we know we have weaknesses there, and unfortunately, that's just what we have until we get players back from injury and another transfer window. We're just going to have these weaknesses. But yeah, they got their goal, and unfortunately for me, I think when we made the change, it was too late. We should have reacted straight away as soon as they got the red card and capitalised on that.
Big chance for you.
Yeah, I'd say at the ground, I couldn't see. I seen the referee sort of making an elbow gesture, but I couldn't see the club deck. And again, I had a few beers, so couldn't see it too great, to be honest, but I'd seen it in the replay on the way back on the bus, and yeah, for me, definitely stuck out the elbow in the face, so it was a red card,
Yeah. Red card for me, I've seen them no game, but it was a red card, elbow to the face, red card, Bridgeman. Oh. Rudy?
Oh, I'm shouting and bawling here. I'm shouting and bawling at it. Sorry, pal, sorry.
Red card for you?
Oh, red card all day for me, absolutely.
Rudy?
All day.
Red card all day long. You can't go smashing people in the face. I know Scott Brown does it all the time and gets away with it, but he's like the special kid of Scottish football, protected by the refs and the media, isn't he? You know, you can't do that and on a pitch and expect to get away with it. It goes on way too often. I mean, look at the State Cardozo ended up after the cup game, stuff like that. You know,
that was worse. By the way. That was a worse challenge.
It was much worse, but it was a red card.
Red card. So we get a red card. I think they went to a 3-4-2, really. I don't think they did go with 4-4, 2 banks of 4. They moved one of their substitutes. I don't even know who it was. It might have been the boy who scored the goal. They moved him into a sort of inside left sort of channel. And I don't know if it was deliberate. They were looking to exploit the space always behind where Tav would be, because they knew that he'd go bombing forward. Quite smart coaching. And we never reacted. We just kept our shape. And they pretty much snuffed us out. And we huffed and puffed. And when they got the goal, I did think we would get chances. And we did. But red card. And then made a big minute in the game. I can't remember who played the ball through. Morales is through 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. And what happens? Foxy.
I'm not going to be that critical of that one, mate. He hit his shot, hit it well, hit it on target, goalkeeper saved it, mate. If you're a good striker, you find a better option than just hitting it, mate, and hoping for the best. I've got to admit to that, but you can't say he never got his shot away on target, mate. He did.
Was on target, was on target.
Strong shot, good shot, mate. It wasn't that he just knocked it into the goalkeeper's end or anything. He got the ball away well. Plenty of power, the keeper saved it, mate. I don't take that as a great miss. He could have done better. Maybe, as people keep saying, Jason Cummins maybe hit it lower along the ground and maybe at the far corner. But he got it on target, mate.
And that's the difference between Cummins and Morelos. Cummins is a striker. Morelos isn't, for me.
Or could we maybe even have looked at cutting it back? Well,
I don't think it was. I'm going through memory again, mate. Only at the game, mate. I just said he was away, mate. I don't think there was anybody that could have done, mate.
Yep.
I mean, if it is your day, the I don't know even who it was, but the Celtic player charged in and took the slid. If he could have been cute, he could have dragged it back. But as I say, it's an easy game when you're in the stand, boy, Shadow.
I don't know. Which one are you on about exactly?
The one he was through 1-on-1.
Bad miss.
Morelos.
Bad miss.
Oh, I mean, I think Cummins would have put that one away. He proved it from the other side the other week. He just pulled it back and bent it round the keeper. And that's exactly what Morelos should have done. That's what a professional striker's about, mate. You know, sorry. I say he's fantastic at all the, the hold-up play and working around the area and all the rest of it. But his finishing it's just not the best, not compared to Cummins. But already, for me, I said Friday night, Cummins should have been on that pitch from the start. Winders should never have been there.
I don't know why people are saying he shouldn't have been there, mate. He scored 10 goals in so many games.
Who's he scored 10 goals against, though, Fox?
Doesn't matter. He's scoring goals.
Doesn't matter if he scored 3 against bloody Claytonborough.
He scored the opening goal as well. I don't understand this.
What else would Cummins have done if he'd been on the pitch all that time? He
I'll
would
tell
have
you
been
what.
standing like a spare one, a wedding.
No, something we're going to find out in the semi-final because I think pressure will be put on Murray to play Cummings and see.
I'll tell you something, Fox.
See how he gets. See how he gets on against their three centre halves, mate.
Fox,
That's what I'm going to say. I bet he doesn't get a kick in the ball.
If we play Windass in the semi-final, we'll get gubbed.
Oh, well, that's your opinion.
I still reckon we should have been playing Morelos and Cummings together.
How did we do that? I mean, if you do
I don't
that,
know. That's up to the manager. But the two of them are. I'm sure we should be able to make a partnership with they two because one fights for the ball and the other picks up sniffs away the second
One that
chances.
should have been hooked at half time. See all this giving that boy the amount of time he gets to play, or rather that he doesn't play. For me, I can't understand this. All right, he scored a goal. First 3 minutes of the game, he scores a goal. Takes it really well. Everybody's looking at him and thinking, wow, this boy looks like he's up for it. And then he disappears. How does he get so much time in the park for me? I mean, Murty's got to look at this. He's got to start looking at this boy and say, think to himself, I'm not going to get 90 minutes. I'm not going to get 60 minutes. I'm not even going to get a decent half out of this boy.
Who's doing the tighting? You stop the tighting.
He should have been hooked at half time.
Alan's in the call and all, mate. He's been sitting for a wee while.
I typed there, sorry. I thought that was far away through the mic, actually. So see him roll.
How are we doing, Alan?
I want to keep up with what you guys are saying, and I want to stay on call. Sorry for Friday, speaking too much or whatever. I was all keyed up. I just kind of
battle fever the call.
Lost or something.
It's all right, Alan. We accept your apology.
Cheers, bud. I'm kind of like Blue and Rudy because I've said.
You're quite travel there for a change.
And travel, no, that's right. Aye, because you said it as well. We've got to look to play our better side. We've got to play our better players, and our better players aren't playing the guy who's scored 10 goals in as many games. He's not a good player. He scored a few goals. We'll give him that. We'll give him a pat in the back. And I love the guy. See the goal that he went and scored against them? I mean, flipping it. You might have seen me and Lewis. That was mental. But fact of the matter is, he's not a good player. Come half time, and this is what it shows we don't have a good manager neither. Come half time, he should have known him and Morelos were both not playing well. And when you say it's all about opinions and all the rest of it, but I never saw anything from Morelos. I thought it was absolutely red rotten. I also thought the guy Murphy should never have started the game because there's not a chance that he was fit to start. And I'd have played the team that I went and put in the lobby on the Friday night, I think 3-4 times, that was mentioned. I wanted to put on, what's his face? Cummings. I wanted Cummings playing instead of Windass. I wanted Cummings to play as their inside left because he can, in my opinion, link up really well with Morelos and the two of them move about. And they centre halves at Celtic have got Arkeek. I don't care what India says. They don't like moved about. I would have played Holt in midfield. I'd have gave us the three centre midfielders because I think everybody in their granny knew that they were going to play with three in the central mid, the same as Hibs did. It's no rocket science. How do you beat Rangers? Stick an extra guy in there because they're just going to play two wide guys. And by the way, we've got full-backs anyway. I don't understand the way that we play the three. Is it the five? No.
And sometimes with that boy Rogic coming into midfield, sometimes it was four, mate.
That guy's a great player. It doesn't matter.
He's our best player.
He's been brilliant.
He's leaving. Thank God he's no signing a new contract.
Yeah. And the young guy Bates, I mean, flipping it, of all the things to go wrong, he gets himself hurt with that guy, but it was an accident. He got himself hurt. But it was dead slow getting to him, wasn't it? I mean, who's the midfielder? He skipped past Goss, didn't he?
Goss.
This is what he does. He does this in every game. He gets himself a yard of space and then shoots, get out there, either cripple him or win the ball. It's there to do. It's easy. It's just football. And Bates, sadly, this is his biggest failing, apart from his bad passing. He doesn't seem to realise where the danger is. And I know he's still learning the game, etc., etc. And I'm giving the benefit out because I love the guy for his bravery and his head-on ability and that. He's no scared. And I think he'll become a hacker.
Alan, the second goal. If Bates is still in the park, we don't lose the second goal as far as I'm concerned. Bates would deal with
trouble.
The second goal.
You might be right, trouble. But the trouble is you never know. You can never answer that, can you?
But you know he's more a defender than what Cardozo is. He makes decisions a lot better than what Cardozo does. For me, Cardozo was weak there, and I don't think Bates is weak in that sense. I think Bates goes and makes his challenge, wins the ball. He wouldn't have let it bounce. He would have went out and won the ball and cleared out the player. That's what I'm saying about Bates. He's an out and out defender, and there's no airs and graces to him. He'll go and win that ball for you. Whereas I don't think Cardozo's that type of strong player to do that, I'm afraid.
As well as that, I'd also say that the two lads, Goss and Docherty, are not defensive midfielders. They're playing too deep. Been saying it for a while. We should not have let that Aidan Wilson go out on loan. If I would have started him in, once McCrory got injured, I'd have started next game. I would have started him in there and said, right, you've seen how it's done. Go and take your chance, son. Because he's a better passer of the ball than blooming McCrory is.
He's looked that way when we saw him. I mean, it must be nearly a year since we saw that boy, is it?
Aye. I mean, he looks comfortable in possession, doesn't he? So that's it. Give him a go. You know, that's what I said. Rather than this, he's brought in Goss and things. And all right, they're great technical players. And I think, and the other thing is, if you've played Docherty that deep, you're not getting the other side of his player when he's. I mean, I remember seeing Docherty when he was bursting into the box at the other end, and I'm like, by God, there's a player there. I want to see more of that from him. So he's, that 10 yards further, maybe even another 5 on top of that, further up the pitch, and then they're in the heart of the opposition midfield, and have the young lad Wilson playing in behind them. Instead of which he sends him off to Dumbarton. Nah, no for me.
All right, so we get the miss we talked about, and I'll go to Bridge next, and the ball breaks up the park. I think Goss missed another tackle. This is from memory now, because I've not seen it again since. Somebody then knocks out to the boy who's playing basically sort of inside left, and he cuts in. There's only one way he's trying to go, and we've got two defenders in front of him. And I'll go to Ibrox because there's only one place he can put it. I don't know. I'm screaming at the goalie, watch where he's gone. The two defenders, they've sort of made his path for him, and I don't know what they were thinking about. I can't even remember who it was. Somebody might.
It was Goss and Cardoso.
Goss and Cardoso, right? And it was as if they said, "Let me go to me, and just let him pass it into the net." Good finish for the boy, no doubt in that. A lot of whip on it, but it was very preventable. Bridgeman.
Yeah, they should have pushed him let him go down the left a bit further. They allowed him to just stop and turn, and they weren't close enough to him. So if you're going to try and do this, you've got to be very, very close. And they allow him that 2 yards, and he manages to push his foot in the ball, turns the ball round, and by that time Cardozo's kept on running, and there's a big space opened up for him, and he just swung the ball in there. Now, we've argued, or not argued, but we've spoken before about the ball going across the goalkeeper. And by the way, it looked a fantastic goal for the guy. But the truth is, you could blame either of three. In my opinion, if you wanted to blame one, you could ask a goalkeeper, because I've got that, because, as you say, there's only one thing he's going to do from that position. He's just going to have a dig, and it worked well. But our two defenders, Cardozo, unbelievably, really immature stuff for me. Really bad.
Where was the right back? Boy wonder.
Well, they were at the park. We know these things. But there's two Rangers players there. All they need to do is get a bit closer on him, shepherd him down towards the byline or out towards the shy line. Don't let him turn. Don't let him turn and come inside, because he'll have a dig.
Again, this is from memory. Is that came right after a goal and then up the park, didn't it?
Well, it came through the middle, and eventually Dembele got the ball and pushed it over.
Passed it out. I know, yeah. But it came for us missing that chance.
Absolutely, it's straight up in the goal, bang.
Yep.
Couldn't believe it.
Well, been joined by defending. So
I agree.
Schoolboy stuff.
Anybody getting the ads, because we've been joined by the Global Ambassador. How we do, Mr. Global Ambassador?
Oh, great, man. Aye, brilliant, man.
What's happened to the Skype?
I'm at my work. I've not got Skype on my phone. Also, don't you worry about it. I wasn't planning on phoning in. I was wanting to keep it Skype only. But fortunately enough, I've had to phone in because I want to agree with Travel Rob. It's the small nuances that I've seen. I woke up on Sunday morning for that game, and then I'm looking at the papers, and I've got my manager of the Glasgow Rangers talking about how much his dad's a Celtic fan. For me, that's not on. He's not 100%. I don't care what any you say. He's not a Rangers man. And when I say that, I'm not meaning somebody that's engrossed in the club, that's been at the club like a John Brown or something. I'm just talking about a Doherty type character, a Murphy type character. His eye is not 100% on the ball, right? He's tactically naive. I'm screaming at the TV, make a change when they go down to 10 men. He didn't do it.
I agree, mate.
Right, I'm screaming at the TV. And just another thing, look, Morelos is the new Waghorn. And you can disagree with me, and I know Fox really likes him, and his work ethic, and we've had this conversation before, his work ethic. But see, at the end of the day, he doesn't score goals. And he's there to score goals. He has to either sit in that position, I think, personally, this is how I'll change it, get rid of the heartless Windass. His goal was great, but he's heartless. Put Morelos in as a deeper striker, more like the centre forward, and have Cummins as a predator.
You have to Blue Shadow.
Well, I think Blue Shadow's a very competent man, so I'm a competent man, so the two are singing off the same hymn sheet. But the nuance at half time is they've strolled off the park, and that other team ran up the park. They're coming to Ibrox, and it's their second home, effectively. They can get away with whatever they feel like getting away with. And I'm sick to the back teeth here. We've got a manager who's learning the job, granted, but we came into that game after high beating Fraser with Ayr United. Who else was it? Who else was St John's?
Falkirk.
That you know what I mean? Falkirk, sorry, yeah. That isn't the teams that we should. The team and the manager can't produce it when it's needed. Goss in the middle of the park, fair enough. He's tippy tappy, great, but he's no heart either. That's why he can't get in the QPR team. Because you have to have a bit of dig about you. He didn't have any dig. Doherty, I thought he played all right. I think the whole team was an average 5 for me. Like none of them were great, none of them were that bad. Like, but I'm really so disappointed. Tactically, in fact, I think tactically maybe you should have brought on the one and only Kenny Miller and Cummins at that point.
I would have done it. I would have done that, mate. You might find this hard to believe, but with 15 minutes to go, I was screaming to get Miller on, no Miller.
Same option.
Can I just
when I seen it?
Sorry,
look, travel. Did you have your lucky knickers on Saturday? If you did, they're no lucky anymore, man. Get them off. Right, I need to go, man. I need to go, but I'll get back on Skype. I'll get an avatar. I want to see all your coupons. I had makeup on, and I'm shaving that on Saturday, but I couldn't see Andy's face. What's that all about? You got to get something right. Right, get
Can I, some of the things that we're talking about the manager no making the substitutions at the right time. He allowed the Celtic manager to take the initiative after the sending off, and they then went into a bit of control of the game. He then starts to make substitutions. Now he takes off Goss. I don't think a lot of people would argue about taking Goss off. He wasn't having the best of games. But all he then does is he then lets Josh Windass drop in and play that position that Goss is playing. That's not the point of it. We needed to stay more offensive. Josh Windass is then playing deeper. That's not what you're there for. You're not going to be some sort of hero, son. You've had plenty of chances to be the hero. If you're going to take Goss off, stay where you are. Stay up front. And there was a few times where the boys were getting cut back when we managed to beat the first defender with the crosses. They were getting cut back into the penalty spot, and there's nobody there because Josh Windass has now dropped back and try to be the quarterback.
No, he's 10, 15 years back.
Oh God, it was so frustrating watching it.
But he's learning the job. He's on the job learning. He's learning the job, like the manager as well. So
he's not learning quick enough. He's not learning quick enough.
I know, but how quick is quick? Is he going to be quick enough for the next game? And I heard Fox making quite a good point as well. If the pressure heaps on him to play Cummins, is that him no then contradicting himself and no sticking? Cummins should have been playing. But Cummins should have been playing more games up to this point. Cummins comes on and the same again. It's embarrassing for the guy. It's really embarrassing for him.
Service.
To come on, he never even got a touch of the ball.
Here's another thing. What we kept with this playing across, getting out wide, try to hit a cross in, hit their first defender. I'm screaming for somebody just to have a shot. All it takes is for a wee deflection, the goalkeeper to make a fumble. To be fair, if he fumbled it, then Morelos probably would have missed the chance of the game he was having. We were so one-dimensional, and he's saying, "Oh, we weren't playing with enough tempo." No, do you know what? Try and change something that's not working. Try and change it a wee bit.
I did see Murty on the sidelines, and he was doing that. You're waving your arms up. It's like up the tempo, and the players want to respond to him. I think a lot of the players. I honestly think this. I'm not just saying this because I want to be controversial, which I do sometimes. I honestly mean this. I think some of the players expected Windass to be off at half time. I also expected them to think, you should have a wee words with Morelos and say, "You've got 10 minutes, son. You show me what you've got or you're getting out."
I think they expected it just to fall in their lap. Do you know that? I don't think they worked hard enough to get the third goal and then effectively get the equaliser. I think because it went to 10 men, I think they thought this is just going to come to us now, and it didn't. They didn't work hard enough for it.
Yeah, application.
But the thing was, though, Travel, see, when it was 3-2, Morelos had the perfect chance to make it 3 each, though. Perfect chance, man.
He couldn't have asked for it.
I agree with you, Alan, but the point is, when we were 3-2 down, I know we shouldn't have been, but we were. And when we were 3-2 down, I heard True Blue saying it yesterday that what a striker wants more than anything else than an open goal is just to beat the goalkeeper, and he missed an absolute sitter.
I don't think you've been fair. It was quite far out, Rudy.
Yeah, aye.
How far was it? 2 yards?
I could have leaned there. I could have leaned there.
Would have finished for there.
All right, so look.
See,
they went 3-2 up. They went 3-2 up, and we huffed and puffed. Now we did have Morelos sitter. And Fox is right. It was actually a great save by their goalkeeper. We won that. He shot, parried to him, and he never even hit the target. He put it half the post. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know if he's seen it late. I don't know, but I don't think there was a gasp. I think at the game because nobody could believe it never ended up in the net. Obviously, that they made it 3 each. We wanted to win the game. We wouldn't be as upset. We'd still be annoyed that we never won the game. But during that spell up to that chance and before that, for me, particularly on the right-hand side, Cadiz and Tav had a spell where they were getting into great positions, moving the ball sometimes reasonably well, and then nothing happened. The final ball was abysmal.
Yeah.
Big Ulster.
Yeah, that's true. And they've been playing very well together recently, but as you say, that last spell, they were in good positions, and for some reason they hit the ball, couldn't beat the man each time. Wee bit frustrating, so it was. I think it was frustrating for everybody in the stands, but we was going a wee bit mental because we knew we needed that goal quick as we could. But going on the Morelos situation, like, you have to score then, you know. And I get your point. People saying there Dembele didn't have a good game, done nothing, but Dembele scored the goal. That's the difference between them and between us. We're both poor in defence at times, but they're clinical. When they get chances to finish them, and the difference for us is we don't. Morella has done a lot of good work at times, definitely. You know, he holds the ball up, but he has to score goals. That's what he's paid for. And he misses these sitters more than often than not. We've seen it. We've seen ones against Aberdeen. Yes, he ended up scoring a harder chance. We've seen one against the cup game, I think it was against Ayr. We've seen another one against Celtic at Parkhead. And unfortunately, this is in his game. He's just not clinical enough. Then the other argument is, do you put Cummings in? But would he get himself in the same positions as a lone striker? You know, so we're going to have to look at it and either put Cummings on as a lone striker, or else try and get Morelos and Cummings maybe making a bit of a partnership, because Cummings doesn't miss that for me. No way.
A couple of weeks ago, Ox, we had this discussion about Morelos. Is he a £10 million striker? He's never a £10 million striker in a million years, mate. Never in a million years. There he is. I mean, I asked you the question, what has he actually done to make you think he's a £10 million striker? And your words to me were nothing. And that's right, it was right what you said that night. How can you look at a striker that misses the kind of chances and he does it on a regular basis? This is not just a one-off. Yesterday wasn't just a one-off. He does this game in, game out. So he does.
Can I come in there?
On you go, Blue.
Aye. So we come back to taking it back beyond this to when it was 2-2. Remember the ball that Morelos cut across the box? Across the 6-yard box?
In the first half?
Was it first half? I can't remember. He cut across the first half. Cut it across the box. If Cummings is playing, do you think Cummings would have been there to stick it in? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah. That's the whole thing. This is the whole relationship that would work with Cummings and Morelos. If Morelos holds the ball up or can go round the outside, which he's wonderful at, and set them up for Cummings to knock him into the back of the net. As long as Morelos gets 15 to 20 goals a season, that's all you're looking for the man, because Cummings will get you 30.
I think to do that, we need to go to Bridges' favourite formation. I'll go to Bridge with that one.
Kenny Miller.
3-5-2. Bridgeman.
Yeah, well, you know how I feel about that. I think that's by far and away, for us anyway, about the best formation of football we could get. But I'll say it again, at the present moment, we don't have the personnel for that. We definitely need to get in more defensive people, more defensive-minded people. You want to play. We don't have enough quality in defence at the moment, but you need at least two really top quality defenders to play 3-5-2. You've got the third one could always work with it, but really and truly, Celtic were playing three at the back for quite a chunk of the time yesterday, and they got themselves in an awful fankle because they don't have real good quality players. You know, you definitely need that. And obviously, I don't need to say too much other than you watch what happened yesterday when Bates went off. We kind of fell apart a wee bit in defence. No one to slag anyone, but definitely Mr. Murty, in a close season, please, I'll ask again for the 5th time, please buy one half-decent and one great centre-half, please, and bring McCrory back, please, for a midfield. That's all I'm going to say.
Can I come in, Ox?
No, you go, mate.
I would like to say to Bridge, at no time saw them playing three at the back yesterday at any stage of their game, because almost, even although a lot of folk don't think we played that well in the second half, almost all of that second half, what we were watching on TV was, what's his face? Tav and Candace trying to get the ball across the right-hand side.
They must have the ball for about 10 minutes, Alan.
And trying, and couldn't get it past the first man. And they were playing four at the back. I know what the shocking thing is. Their right back wasn't even a right back, it was a centre back. A young guy who's Haliver pulled on their jersey. And the guy they brought on as a sub was, I don't know where he came from, Jack? Or
Jack Hendry for Dundee.
Aye, another did. These guys, they're playing at Ibrox in front of our fans. And the fans are all paying top dollar for season tickets and whatnot. And we've got a manager that's substandard. And we need a proper manager in there. At half-time, there's been two major changes. And the two major changes was the guy who scored the first goal, which he took brilliantly and did very little the rest of the game, although he did kick the ball that resulted in Morelos missing the sitter of all sitters. But another stage of play with another guy in there, it'd all been so different. And if he'd have played a guy on the left-hand side, I'm thinking Cummins, no as a winger, but playing much the way Murphy does, but fit. That Murphy a couple of times, I mean, there was easily 4 times in that second half, he skipped inside 3 players, as if they weren't there. And the final ball was just a ring ball every single time.
His final ball was actually as much. I like watching Jamie Murphy as a player. He's got this
intelligent,
and he just glides past players and makes it look easy. But even yesterday,
he's probably thinking Morelos, why are you running that way rather than over that way? I just don't think that guy Morelos is good. I just think he's a young guy. He's a wee battle horse. He's got the, the fans' favourite sort of thing. Kind of like the Tin Man, if you remember, who we never ever called the Tin Man. That came from TV. It was a mesmerising player that could do certain things, but all in all, just a diddy. But us being fans, we took it to our hearts because we liked him being what he was. That's because we're winning games. We're not winning these games now. And we're looking at players that are substandard, and we're looking at a substandard manager who doesn't know when to change a game. I'm sure it was Friday I went and said it, he's a reactive manager, he's not proactive. He keeps standing as if he's like caught in the headlights, and he doesn't know what to do. And Brenda went and said to himself, right, I've lost that guy as a defender, so I'll bring the defender on, which he does, he brings the defender on. And then as he's watching the game, he's thinking, this guy's not doing nothing here. We could actually sneak this, and I could sneak it to bring on another forward because we can match up to their two defenders. One who's no played 7 months, and the other one's mega slow all his career anyway. Alves. That's out managing. That's just making Murphy look stupid.
Well, I'm sure we'll come to
manager.
I'm sure we'll come to him once we've finished the game. So obviously this will be the Morelos miss, folks. It'll be seen as a Van Vossen. It was up there, mate. I mean, obviously it was a bad miss, but ultimately we still would have won the game because that was right at the last kick, and they made it 3 each, but they've made us feel better. But we wouldn't have won the game, which was our aim when the game started.
I must have watched a different game for everybody else in the panel. I never seen Hoffey as bad as everybody else, mate. Celtic scored the third goal, mate, in a breakaway. It was the only time they were up the park in the second half. And the reason they scored and were full back wasn't there because he was up the park trying to get us in front, mate. They broke, the defence made an error there. They were back, who didn't stop Edward for getting away. And the other thing I was going to say was Celtic then put 7 men behind the ball, mate. And they're good defenders. That's how we couldn't get crosses in. They were blocking the crosses. They were throwing themselves into tackles. It wasn't fair for lack of effort on our behalf. They were lucky, mate, to win 3-2. And I don't know why everybody's giving our team such a hard time, to be honest. I really don't. Can I finish, mate? Every one of you are going on about Cummins. He was on the park for 20 minutes, mate. Tell me what he done in that 20 minutes playing
He never got any service.
Anyway, we'll be joined
by Murphy wasn't fit.
Anyway, we'll be joined by Collar.
Murphy was one of the best.
Murphy only had 4 runs in the whole game.
You're not watching the game, mate. Murphy.
Aye, I was watching it. Don't you believe it? I was watching it on it.
Anyway, we'll be joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
You alright, mate? How you doing?
How we doing?
Go ahead.
We good?
Yep.
Hello?
Yep. Yeah, just checking everyone can hear me first of all.
Yeah, we can hear you. How we doing, mate? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. I just got down to London, back to London from going to the game myself. I've been hearing, obviously, a few opinions in here so far, and understandably, we've got a mix. We've got the people who are bitterly disappointed, those who are angry, but I didn't come home with this gut-wrenching sickness that I have from previous losses to Celtic. I mean, obviously, we've gone from a draw to the loss, and a loss at home as well, but we led them twice. Someone mentioned that Murty is more of a reactive manager, and I have to agree with that, I've got to say. But at the same time, I still support the guy. I think people who say that they want a new manager, well, then we're at risk of being pumped at home by Celtic again, just like we did with taking the risk of buying Kajida. Murty's pretty much a tactic for every old firm that he's played so far. I've been absolutely spot on. But it just gets to the point where he needs to change it. That I start to feel like maybe he's a little bit inept there. But he's a young manager. Walter Smith started to make mistakes as well when he first took over, and he came from nothing. So I'm hoping that maybe Murty could take over and do the same. Personally, I give him quite a while longer at Rangers.
Results in big games will dictate how Rangers managers go on.
Can I come in there, Ox?
On you go, mate.
I was just going to say, as far as Murty's concerned, I disagree to a certain extent. I don't see him as a reactive manager at all. I think he's set in his ways. He wants to bring his substitutes on when he wants to bring them on. He doesn't look at the game the same as some other managers do and react to the situation. He does what he wants to do, and you could see a lot of, not complaints, but a lot of people saying that he should have brought somebody on. He should have brought Cummings on at half time. Should have brought Cummings on straight away after the sending off, and so on and so forth. I don't think he's that type of reactive manager that you think he should be. He's a young, as far as his management concerned, he's very young. He's only been with under 20 games for Rangers. And I agree with the caller. Who's the caller anyway, the English lad? Who's that?
Ben.
Ben, the boy does on YouTube.
Right, I remember you now, pal.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bridgeman here. Listen, I think that I think he's very young as far as management's concerned. I think he's going to have to. He's going to have to. A lot of Rangers fans are very unhappy with the manager. Maybe by the end of the week that'll have softened, much like yourself. But by the time you get home, any anger, bitterness, call it what you like, it's sort of dissipated a wee bit. Hopefully that'll happen by the end of the week. I think I came out of there feeling, by the time I got onto the subway, I felt, well, we weren't shamed. I thought we played absolutely brilliantly.
No.
Listen. Whoa, please. We weren't shamed. We played very well in patches in that game. We should have won the game. We were 2-1 up, and we after going ahead twice against Celtic. And the unforgivable happens. Somehow or other, we managed to snatch defeat out of a victory. 2-1 up, losing the game against Celtic. Well,
come on,
you've got
you've got to hold your hands up. Come on. If you just keep giving excuses, you'll be left with Murphy all next year, and they'll win the league again. That's no on.
I'm certainly not calling for Graham Murphy's seat here. I kind of agree with what the caller's saying, Ben's saying. I think he's done a lot of the job very, very well. I think his signings in the summer have been good. I just feel that he had an opportunity to grab the game by the scruff of the neck there, and he never took it. And he's done it. It's been a bit like that too often, where he makes his substitutions too late to affect a game. I think against Hibs it was the same. Where you're begging for him to try and make a change just to change things up, and he doesn't seem to. I don't know if he's just not got the confidence in his inability just yet. But when Bridgman's saying something like we weren't ashamed, see, that's a horrible attitude for us to go into these games. We cannot afford to approach these games lacking confidence. And if that's what you're looking for, Bridges, to go in there or to walk out of there without being shamed, you know what? What's the point is even turning up? We need to go in there full of confidence. Graham Murphy kept saying last week how we're going to play them at our game. I don't actually think we played them at our game enough at the weekend there. We seem to just sit after them too much. We should have been attacking them somewhere, especially when you've seen how much Boyata was struggling. We didn't attack him enough. And then when they went down to 10 men, we had an opportunity to go for it. But we didn't.
Sometimes, can I just come in, folks? Then I'll come to you and we'll go back to bed. Sometimes I get the substitutions, and I think I would have put Cummings on pretty quickly after the sending off. But sometimes you don't have to even change the personnel. You can change your shape. Fox.
I was just going to say, mate, about the substitution. What choice did they have? The only one I would honestly thought he made a mistake was when Goss went off, he should have brought on Holt to add a wee bit of legs in the midfield.
Yes.
Right, yep. I would say that was his only mistake, mate. Look at the bench we had, mate. Honest to God, we had Cardozo, Jason Cummins, striker, Kenny Miller, striker, Edward Tierra, striker, Andy Halliday and Jason Holt. How could he change the game much, mate?
Kenny Miller?
We're good players are injured, mate.
Kenny Miller's proven goal scorer against him.
Exactly.
Where are you going to play him, mate?
Miller for Morelos and put the guy on for
that chance might not have arrived, mate. You can't see after a game that Cummings would have scored or Kenny Miller would have scored. It doesn't work like that, mate.
Well, folks,
you can make the decisions after the game's finished by saying, oh, he should have done this, he should have done that. That same team that came out had got us 2-1 in front at one time, mate. They were dangerous on the attack. We won this Morelos, Candias and Jamie Murphy, mate. he's depending on them to break down. It never happened. Celtic defended well in the second half. It wasn't all down to us playing badly.
That's true.
And he had nobody, he's not got a Dorns to bring on for the two boys in the midfield who deserved their place in that side.
See if you think back, Fox, to when we played Hibs, if they on here been on for at least half an hour, and I don't know the date, but the date will be there, so you can go back. Anybody that wants can go back and listen to the show. Easily half an hour on here if they kept going on about the same thing. Hibs had 3 in the middle, we had 2. Somebody else was phoning in. Our midfield was crap, Oxford. But we only had 2, and folk weren't listening. And I went and said on Friday, 2 days before the game, we need to match them up midfield. We need 3 in there. And that's where we failed in. It's all right saying this one would have scored that one's chance. That chance wouldn't happen because that guy's not in the part to make the run, etc. So that's science. That's fact. But if the wee guys, Cummings plays as an inside left rather than Murphy, who I still don't think was fit, then we would have got something different. And if what's his name, Miller, had been brought on, say, with, I don't know, the final 35 minutes. Because I think that's when that guy gets sent off. Then you're going to see something really, really different for Rangers. The dynamic's going to be different because the Cummings and the guy run.
You think the trouble with our team is for fullbacks? Because they make it that rigid that we've got to that set up then?
Could be, yeah.
Say that again?
Well, I don't mean they played badly. I thought Declan John was actually the piece, maybe our best player. He didn't do a lot wrong. I think he was good going forward, carried the ball well. Sorted out Forrester. But do you think because of this system we play and the fullbacks are expected to do that, that's how we can become inflexible, and that doesn't allow us to get that extra body in midfield? So if you think about it yesterday, let's just say McCrory was fit, and I'll take this to bed. Where's he playing?
Where did McCrory play?
In that system.
Oh, well, I think he'd play... he'd have to be more of a holding defensive midfield, wouldn't he?
Yep. And then
that's what we lacked. We lacked someone that could command the defensive midfield like we know he can with his pace and his tenacity. Simple. That's where he'd play.
And then do you play him one and then push on Goss and Doherty? Or do you play one of them next to him? Because that's what happened yesterday.
That was the issue with Murphy, wasn't it? Because Goss has played so well all season, he had to play him, and despite the fact that he wasn't really showing up throughout parts of the game, Murphy still had to kind of show faith in him because he's been he's been absolutely rock solid for us this season. So I felt sorry for Murphy for the fact that Goss really wasn't as strong as he normally was today. I felt like that has made him look bad, despite the fact that it's not his fault at all. Players can do that. Form spells happen in both good and bad patches. But referring to your point about Russell McCrory, I feel like today he was sorely missed. A young player with such potential was sorely missed. And how great is it that we say that? Also, the depth that we have in our squad, we missed Ryan Jack, we missed Graham Dorrans, yet we still have a midfield that I feel can be competent when they're all on their game.
Mm-hmm. All right,
depth for me is coming back.
Great point.
Good players missing, well, maybe they'll be all fine. Just the last few minutes, I want to talk about the manager. As the manager, his coaching staff, does he need some help? I mean, we've done okay up until yesterday, and I don't think we deserve to lose again. We didn't. We weren't brilliant yesterday. We did it 10 men. It was pretty frustrating to watch. I think we all feel that. Is that fair, Rudy?
Points win prizes, man.
Ah.
Right, so the facts for me are this. Twice yesterday we went ahead in that game, and then we get beat with 10 men. That's what happened yesterday. You can talk about, formations, and you can talk about whether players have got the balls to play in a match of that size. The only thing that really matters to me was, see when Willie Collin blew that whistle yesterday, we get beat 3-2 with 10 men. You can make all the excuses under the sun about young players and experience. You can have a myriad of excuses about why we lost that game yesterday. But 90 minutes, final whistle went, and we get beat 3-2 with 10 men in our own backyard, but our biggest enemy as far as I'm concerned. Because I watched the way these Celtic players were goading the Rangers fans every time they scored, and that sickened me to the pit of my stomach.
Every game they do it now.
Aye. And Andy Halliday gets sent off for punching the air in the middle of a park, yet they run up with the Rangers fans and goad them. classless. But that's beside the point. We know they're classless. But the point for me was we get beat 3-2 with 10 men. It's simple as that. And to me, Graham Murphy either doesn't have it or he's not got the players to make the difference. When they went down to 10 men, we should have changed something. He should have changed something. He should have went all-out attack on them when they went down to 10 men and unsettled them. That's what he should have done, but he didn't. Now, whether that's down to the players sitting back, because they did sit back and they let Celtic play at times in that game yesterday, or whether that's down to the manager, I don't know.
Did you not think we'd enough for the ball in the second half in good areas, Rudy?
Aye, but what was the final outcome?
I know that was the problem. We were attacking, but it was the quality.
It was the quality. Aye.
What did you say, Bud?
You coming in there?
I was. I think it was nail on the head there, really. I will stick up for Mercy.
I like that accent there. Where did that come from?
Oh, mate, it comes and goes, particularly after spending the time yesterday. I had my first butt fast as well. Hey. Christ, yeah, embarrassing, aren't I? I absolutely agree with what you said. As I say, I like Mercy. I think personally, people may disagree. They can. It's all right as a Rangers fan. Go for it. But I think that he can be the future for Rangers. He just needs to kind of changes the way that he approaches things. But then again, we said that about Wolverhampton before, and that didn't really work out. My issue with him was as soon as we went one man up, i.e. Celtic getting a red card, nasty elbow by the way. I said, right, we know that Celtic hate it when we run at them. They can't stand that, particularly Boyata. He just can't cope with it. So why was it that we then allowed ourselves to lay off, not bring on one or two people, being in the form of Kenny Miller, before people say why? He's a pest. He'll get in there. You know what he's going to do. And he's proven to score against Celtic in the big games. And the other person would have been Cummings. He's just come off the back of a hat-trick, playing in the position of inside left forward. So we could have swapped him out for Murphy, who was getting tired because he might not have been fully fit, but he did well during the game. Now, my issue was the way that we attacked was in the form of Taz and Candeas constantly pinging the ball up the right-hand side. Who do you meet when you're up the right-hand side? You meet Kieran Tierney. Instead of running directly, putting a couple more players on, playing the passes through and just running at the Celtic defence, we decided to play a bit of tiki-taka up towards the right wing and then pass it back towards the right, try and swing it in, get a corner, try the same again. It just didn't work.
Can I come in there?
On you go, travel, then we'll go to Bridge.
Okay. The manager, what annoyed me about him, I think he's trying to be too nice. He's trying to be everybody's pal. And I need him to be more ruthless. I need him to stick up for our club more. I need him to stick up for our players more. At the start of the game, he's out there giving Brendan the big hug and all that, big cuddle before the game kicks off. And then see at the final whistle, Brendan's standing there smirking at him. And and you know what? He's looking down his nose at our manager. And that's because our Graham's out there being his pal. This is war, mate. This isn't time for being pals. And the Celtic manager outfought him. He tactically he destroyed him. And then at the end of the game, he stood there smirking at him and letting him know exactly what he's done to him in that game. And see our manager, he needs to grow a set. And he needs to be more ruthless and just get about his game more. And no care for anybody else except Rangers. I don't want to hear him talk about Scotland. I don't want to hear him talk about how Parkhead's a great atmosphere and all the rest of it. Talk about our team. End of story.
Maybe the jury's out, but maybe that's Graham Murphy's one of his feelings is he might be too nice. Big Ulster, and then we'll go to Alan 63.
What about me?
You carry on, Bridge.
No, I was just going to say, as far as the manager's concerned, like, as I say, he's done less than 20 games, and that was a massive game for him at the weekend. Massive game. And we've just spoke about some of the shortcomings of the team. At the same time, we have to remember we're a very young team, very young, and maturity and things like that, and getting together. We've got old legs at the back, struggle against things and sort of immature in really, really positive areas. And we need to do something about it. My only concern at this moment in time is between now and the end of the season, we've got games to win. So I'm looking forward to next weekend. I need to stop thinking about the weekend, and we can maybe talk about it a wee bit and things like that, but really we need to stop worrying about it, and we need to get in and support this team, because we've got a huge game. Once again, a massive game on Saturday.
Big Ulster then, Rudy. No, sorry, then I was 63, I said. Big Ulster.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get Travel's point about Mr. Murray probably being too nice of a guy, but that's not going to change. It's either in you or it isn't, to be ruthless, you know what I mean? And I just don't think it's in his demeanour to be that. That's just the way he is. He's a nice guy, and I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. I have a bit of belief in him. Like, I know boys are giving him a lot of stick, and probably rightly so for after the game. Like, he was when Rodgers did, but at the end of the day, when it came to managers and doing setups, pivotal moments in the game, Rodgers won the battle easily. But we know Mr. Murphy's a young manager and he's inexperienced, but he's going to have to learn it. He's going to have to do it quick. And it's just, what worries me is you can get rid of him and then you'll be stuck. You could be stuck with square one. You could end up getting somebody else in again.
Only time will tell. Last word, briefly, Alan 63, before we go to shout-outs.
Is that on? Is that on, aye?
Yep, you're on. You're live.
It's this stupid black effort I'm looking at. I'm going to stand by what I said. I don't think he's a good manager. I know he's young in the tooth for a manager, but he shouldn't be cutting his teeth at Glasgow Rangers, especially at a time we've not got money like we had for Souness and Walter to bring in this, that, the next one. So I hope come summer our board are going to man up and bring us in a proper manager, because I think a lot of players can do a lot better than what they're doing. I think they're just being mismanaged.
Cheers, Alan. We'll go to shout-outs. And we'll go to Ben first, mate. Here's a shout-out, Ben.
Yeah, shout out to Dominican, which is Peter, I believe. Scott Kearns is in the chat somewhere. Also, shout out to Graham Murphy. I'm sticking up for you, pal, if you're listening. I'm
sure he does.
About it.
Cheers,
Ben. If
Ben.
he does, he's not listening anymore, boys, is he? Let's face
it. Ulster?
Yes, shout out to everybody who's listening, and it was great to meet all you guys at the game. So, didn't get the result we wanted, but as I said, it was great to see you.
Aye, my shout outs to Fox. Fox, I admire you coming in and defending their team, and I know that's their job as supporters to do it. But I can't. I'm just fed up going there and watching them dominating us and watching their players strutting about as if they own our stadium. Their players in the stand waving tricolours and everything. We're letting this happen in our place, and I can't take it anymore. I'm getting absolutely heartbroken by it.
Need to keep the ball at one end and put it in the other. Travel rug, that's what Stokes saw that.
I know, mate. I know.
Rudy Bert.
We shout out to the Bears who were there and who gave such great support yesterday to Rangers. It must have been absolutely gutting. I know how I felt just sitting watching it. Shout out to them.
Cheers, Alan 63.
I'm just hoping somehow that Rangers Radio is far, far bigger known than what some of us like to give it credit. I don't give it credit for. I'm hoping that word gets back to our board about how fans are, and I want our board to act. I want our board to bring us in a proper manager in the summer. No harm to Mr. Murray. For the rest of the season, Mr. Murray, go prove you can do it.
Yep. Fox?
Night, thanks for listening.
Bridgeman?
Oh, what can I say? The guys are, some of us are absolutely desperate about it all. But can I just say that as far as I'm concerned, we need to look forward to the next game, because we kind of keep beating ourselves up and continue beating ourselves up. So as far as I'm concerned, it's this. To all the Rangers fans all over the world, in particular Rangers fans on here, on Rangers Radio, every one of us, heads up, keep it going for the Rangers, and just keep it going because we need it.
Yep. Cheers, Bridgeman. Can I thank everybody who's took the effort to join us tonight? Too many to mention. Thank the boys for Corby that are bumped into Saturday night. Cheers, lads. We'll be back tomorrow night between 9 and 11 on Rangers Radio. I'm sure we'll be still talking about Sunday's events. Take it away, Fox.